Hey everyone, Martijn Mulder here for OnTheTracks.of007.com with yet another episode of 7 minutes of Bond locations. This time we'll be going on a magical journey to a country known for its vibrant colors, snake charmers and tuk-tuks. Originally published in my travel guide under the name The Jewel and the Clown, this episode brings us to India. With over 400 people per square kilometer, or over 1,000 per square mile, India is the second most populous country in the world, after China. Today, more than 1.3 billion people live in the country. It has been inhabited for more than 55,000 years. It's been part of the British Crown for 90 years, only to become a republic in 1950. In 1983, Eon Productions chose India as a filming location for Roger Moore's sixth Bond film, Octopussy.
My name is Bond. We're Bond, and I've come here to sell teeth.
Directed by John Glenn, Octopussy combines two storylines. One deals with a smuggling operation run by the mysterious Octopussy. The second deals with a Russian attempt to detonate a nuclear bomb on a US airbase in Germany. Main villain Kamal Khan is one of the connections between the storylines, and he operates from his monsoon palace in Udaipur.
Here comes trouble. I've never handled them in my life. I hate snakes. I told him I wanted some vegetables. This was the wrong cover.
All in all, it's a very good reason to take a closer look at these Indian locations and what's left of them after almost 40 years. We're going to do that together with my German friend Thomas Gleisman. Thomas, welcome to the show.
Hello everybody.
You visited India in recent years. What can you tell us about the country and what makes a trip to India so special?
For me, India is without a doubt the most exotic and special location for a Bond movie.
Is the country easy to travel through? For instance, how do you get to Udaipur? Can you tell us?
I was traveling with my wife and a couple of friends. We took a plane to Delhi, and then the next plane to Udaipur. It was very easy. And in Udaipur we had a guide with a car, so it was very easy to travel.
You were somewhat famous for always meticulously working out all the camera angles that were used. So was it easy to find these in the Octopussy locations?
No, it was very difficult. They don't have Street View from Google in India, and not many informations on the internet. So it was very difficult to find some information.
What can you tell us about the hotel where Bond stayed and where he had a romantic encounter with Magda?
The Shivnivas Palace is my highlight regarding architecture, and it's not only the hotel, it's the whole huge city palace complex. And for me, it's better than the Touch Lake Palace because everything looks still like in the movie, and it's incredible, beautiful.
It must have been far more difficult to find recognizable spots for the tuk-tuk chase, right?
Actually, I don't like the day when we did the tuk-tuk chase location hunting. I did all this. I found all the spots before at home, but there was so much traffic, so much people, tuk-tuks around us, many cows, and so much people, and it was very hot. So this was actually very stressful to find all these spots.
We now go to the Udaipur city palace, where the elephant hunt started. What can you tell us about that?
Most of the scenes were filmed in the park of the Maharana, which is basically not accessible for people. With the car, we visited also the spots on the south side of the lake, where the end of the chase was filmed, where Bond flees from Kamal Khan's elephants and escapes on the tourist boat. And this is also a very nice spot. You have a very great view of the lake, and there's a small temple, and this was my highlight, the south of the lake.
The next stop is a remarkable one, as you managed to find the exact spot where Q observed Octopussy's floating palace, and where later Vijay is killed. Probably the most stunning location anyone would want to see is Octopussy's floating palace, but this was actually a combination of two islands in Lake Pichola. Of course, it was impossible to include everything that Thomas discovered, so therefore we both have something very special for you.
When I started my preparations for the trip to India, there were just your book on the tracks of 007 and some rough stories from a few people, but many of the locations were still unknown. So I put a lot of work into it, and finally we found all the locations. And for me, it's important to share my experiences, and that's why there is a new guide. It's called Octopussy's India, the ultimate James Bond film location guide for Udaipur and Agra.
Yes, you heard it right. 32 pages of Octopussy's India are totally free for you. Just head over to onthetracksof007.com, sign up for our newsletter and download this awesome India file that Thomas made, all by himself actually. So, onthetracksof007.com, sign up and download the file. Thomas, thank you very much for your amazing stories and for your contribution with the file. We will see you back on another episode.
Thanks, Martin, for your time. It was a pleasure to be a guest on your show. Bye-bye.
That brings us to the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.
For more info on this and other Bond destinations, check out onthetracksof007.com and follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.